Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Battle Brothers, me, Cornish-Knight, as we get back into the campaign. Now we've wiped out that encampment. We need to find one more orc encampment, so it shouldn't be too hard. I don't really want to fight one that has tons of berserkers. Many berserkers. Really. I just want to have one. Kind of just one that's not overrun with lunatics. So this is definitely the Orc Badlands. Ruined castle. We've got 3 days worth of food left, it's okay. Mountains. Oh, this is the ancient temple. This is a nice little encounter, actually. As you approach Sunken Temple, we go in. We ain't breathing, ain't carrying. We may take it with 2 flasks. You see him some blessed water. A flock of birds are in the field when the hunter comes along. The hunter draws now and yells out as though in pain. A few birds fly up, the hunter kills them. More birds fly up, the hunter kills them. Just as well as he begins to cry as he collects their bodies, more birds fly at the sound of him. The hunter's crying and killing. He can hardly knock arrows fast enough and has to pause, wipe his eyes. One bird turns to his friend, says he should go console the man. What does the bird's friend say in return? From the brink, a broken man must be saved. The vial is silent for a moment, then returns, correct. Jolting the ancient engineering, the gates slide down, the gargoyles lower their arms outreached. Well, we got the treasure, did we not? You gain a flask, might as well see. The last vial is behind another gate. From me all comes to being, and from me all shall be in the end. What man crosses the earth, I follow in his footsteps. You stand in silence, dust. Simple enough, eh? You nod and turn around, you touch and yell out, demanding to know who you're talking to. There's no answer. Sorry, Captain, but you might be dead and walking dead. I'm gonna say that particular. I'm not impressed. Not impressed. It's not that. It's like for riddles, they're relatively straightforward. So we got water and various bits and pieces. I mean, the dust one is not challenging. Since the other, like, if you're gonna have a riddle, at least have it so that the actual answer isn't so clearly obvious. A named character, orcs, warriors. Right. I know we've got lots of walking about. We still have enough food. I'm just trying to look for one more orc encampment. Because we are pretty far away from anybody. Okay, we're going to probably have to start heading back. Someone slatted off. Wait, we lost someone? Hold on. You run towards Bother Rupert, the disciple, looking choking the very life out of him, only for your hands to slit through the flesh like fingers in the fog, and the moment sails you into the ground. You right, Captain? Looking back, you see the perfectly healthy little bit Dakota sitting beside the fire. Far from distance, something pale and sleek steps back into a tree trunk. When you blink, it's gone. You tell the men to mind the perimeter and you turn to your tent. I see. It's an Alp. We had that particular event previously, did we not? Yeah. I'd forgotten about it. If you're out in the wilderness, that can happen. Right, we need to get to here within 2 days to get resupplied. I suppose we could attack one of these places for supplies as well. I'm probably going to have to hit one of the places with berserkers, which I'm not happy about. It's not something I have a really good liking to do. I don't like attacking a few brigand leaders. Have you received like a plethora of many marksmen, a plethora of raiders, and a few brigand leaders? Hui. They're running. We should have enough food to reach them. Because for some reason they always say... Now the ruler of Kunzmund. Where's that? Yeah, so they've taken that back again. And the ongoing seesaw, which is the civil war. Pray for the sow. 800. Everyone gets a nice morale buff. By this point, 800 gold isn't very much. I'm probably going to spend more than that just resupplying, to be honest. So we get that. Sell that. Is there anything else we wish to sell? We'll sell all the Orcus gear to cover a bit of our costs, and we'll buy some more rations to cover us, because I'm going to have to go. I don't want to fight loads of berserkers if I can help it, because personally I find the berserkers outside of Orc warlords to be the most trouble, and I'm going to explain why. Orc warriors never come with great weapons. They may be as tough as nails and have relatively good equipment, but they never come with great weapons. So as such, you're never in fear of having you can take a lot of damage from Orc warriors, but Orc berserkers have the unnatural ability to absolutely decimate you. I will grab a bit more food actually. We'll go up this way, then we'll go along the town and jump off and go in that direction. So the reason I always prioritize Orc berserkers is twofold. One, as people have said, they tend to come in relatively light armor. It's either no armor or bone armor, which doesn't have a lot of health points. Secondly, because they tend to have a higher chance of having great weapons, or if not great weapons, having their two-handed flail. Well, not two-handed flail, but two-handed ball and chain. It means that you can really quickly suffer massive damage. Plus the fact is, if they kill anyone, they become even worse. And you have to remember that I'm playing this on what I consider to be the normal difficulty setting, though it's considered, they label it easy, it's not. It's what I consider to be the normal difficulty setting for this game. And as such, it gets worse at higher levels. Okay, so that's a massive group of spiders. What's this? What's this unknown garrison? Many Orc berserkers. Okay. That's just fantastic. I just wanted to see if there's a big area of greenery around here. I was hoping there was going to be just a normal Orc base of operations. Nope. Okay. But yeah, in the Orc faction, if we're doing a breakdown of the Orc faction, I would probably say Berserkers and the Orc war bosses are Berserk-Nox, defending outpost directed by goblins. Now, goblins are massive pain, but I don't really care about them. I dislike Orc Berserkers. It's a pensance of mine. I've always disliked them. I think they are massively dangerous. Not overpowered, because obviously they have relatively low armor and low morale, but if you're going to basically have a setting where you've got, like, not a setting, but like an encounter where you've got a ton of Orc Berserkers, you need to be careful. They very quickly can snowball out of control, and you can suffer massive casualties as a result. Right, okay. Really? Okay, there's Red River Manor, many necro servants, a plethora of ancient auxiliaries. Hidden for centuries, this ancient place became a safe haven for covens of herbivores, which are basically vampires, which I really don't want to go and fight. Okay, so we've got Borskull Camp. Yeah, okay, so we've got to go back down there, grab the supplies, and hit that place. Red River Manor is a pain. Necro servants are annoying to deal with, especially against certain builds. Best way to counter them, I've found, is to have a sealed wall, like to have either lots of polearm wielders or to have nets. Nets are very useful. If you net a necro servant, they can't escape, and then you can just pound on them. Right. More supplies. Really, they're burning that place. Oh, that's great. Why am I not surprised? House Harkon has taken Kuldorf from House Stannis. So they've taken that back. Yeah, so it's just going to be a seesaw situation at the moment. It's one of the reasons I don't really bother to fight this human civil war. But yeah, Orc Berserkers. The easiest way to deal with them is to... Okay, that's a lot. You got to... There's 32 of them. You got to chase me, really. Okay, fine. Orc Berserkers, relatively okay to deal with. Over time, you've come to acquire a great deal of money. You keep in your war chest under a lock and heavy key. You sign on the dotted line. Before anyone can get any ideas, you step up before a whole company announce that there will be no raise. As far as you were concerned, every man presented signed a contract, and any prospect of earning more pay to be done by experience only, and that is only done by doing what soldiers do is killing. This is how it works in the cult. Right. It's good to step on that one particular early on, I have found. Because if you don't... Yeah, plethora of young orcs. This is going to be not easy to deal with, but we should be able to do it. The reason I'm being careful is that the spiders will be following us, and I don't want to have to fight 32 of them on top of fighting a bunch of orcs. Right. Yeah. This should be... The only thing I would do is change that out for this. What's this? That's for the helmet, is it? Okay, fine. Give him a black helmet. He's got that. All my guys are fully geared up. Yeah, I'll give that to him. It's heavy, but it's useful. I don't really have anyone that can wear that, because that's what... Yeah, I don't like dropping below 70 armor. I mean, 70 fatigue. It's not really worth it in my books. I mean, he can... Yeah, he can wear that, so that's not too bad. That's 20. Yeah, we'll go like that. I mean, we have a single set floating about that... The maths, all the maths, right, okay. Right, we'll have that set up. Let Dawn come around. I know we haven't done much this episode, but it's just how it's going to be. We've got to chuck into these orcs and get this engagement over and done with. Right, there's 14 versus 12. These are all young orcs. How very imposing. We missed. Must always watch out for orc choppers. Or orc axes, I should say. And yes, I do know that because I'm playing on the normal difficulty in my mind, these guys are not as dangerous as they would normally be. Because obviously, there's a lot more less equipped orcs, I suppose you could say. I'm trying to go for the ones with axes first, because their axes are absolutely horrific. Right. They're going to smash into us really soon. Right. This is good. I know this isn't seen as like an optimum build for a party, because obviously I prefer having shields, but after you've played this game enough and you've seen the effects that range units have on your troops, like, I don't like the two-handed heavy armor builds that you see. Also, it's unrealistic because historically people with shields live longer than people who just carry two-handed weapons. I'm sorry to dispel this massive myth, but it's the fact is that, yeah, a two-handed weapon is fantastic unless you're fighting someone with a shield, and then he's got a higher survival chance. Right, their morale is pretty bad. Okay, so do we want to counter-attack or do we want to eat it for a turn? Let's eat it for a turn. Because then we can do this. And they're tied up here. How much stamina do I have? So he's got first turn. Do this. And then adrenaline again. Really? Oh, he's gonna stun us, is he? Oh, that's not great. Okay. They surrounded him, he should be able to take a bit of a pounding. But the thing is, I like realistic, like, I say realistic, but like believable fantasy games, realistic fantasy. So, which I know is a misnomer, but so I like having shields and like swords and shields and stuff because that's predominantly what happened. Because it was the most effective way to win a battle, so that you need a shield wall, and for a long period of time, this is the tactic that works: is shield wall and archers behind it. Only later on do you see the development of heavy armor. Do you see that kind of tactic fade? But it also requires a large standing army. Like having that tactic of having heavy infantry, and sorry, brain is malfunctioning today. Yeah, the reason that heavy infantry is good is because it's massively damaging. Downside of heavy infantry is that you need to have a dedicated army, because you need to train them, you need to teach them how to fight effectively, while a shield wall is relatively easy to just have a militia do. Doesn't take a lot of effort. The only difficulty with having a shield wall with a militia is the fact is that they have a tendency to break, either because they are they are not organised enough to not charge after fleeing enemies, in the case of the Battle of Hastings, or their morale is low, so they can't hold as long as you need them to. Kill him. He's fleeing, so let's go for him. I'm trying to get some experience on my my great swordman. Kill him. He had lower levels. Right, so that place is wiped out. We completed the achievement. We got the trophy for it, which, in all honesty, is okay. Give it to one of the guys in the front rank. Give it to him. He's leveled up, so there we go. He leveled up, and we'll go this. Bit more stamina and more range defense. He's level 11, so this is his final perk. We'll get 9 lives, so he's done and dusted. He can take over, he can take over. How badly are you hurt? 1 day light wound, nothing to be worried about. And that's another ambition completed. Excellent. Ton of brigands. Want to fight them? Yeah, why not? Extra experience. A leader, some raiders, a few marksmen. Yeah, we'll take that fight. How badly hurt is he still? Hardly anything. But we'll do that next time, folks. If you've liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave a comment in the comment section, and I shall get back in contact with you. I've been Cornish-Knight, and this has been Battle Brothers Wars of the North DLC. Goodbye.